Welcome to this week's episode of Marijuana Wind with yours truly, Dr. Jay Davis, and my implacable co-host, Cynthia Brewer.
My Dr. Davis, look at you.
Ooh,
I love it. I love it. I love the uniqueness behind it. It's been weeks since I've had an adjective. Like, I've had plenty of pronouns thrown at me, but I'm not sure what my adjective is this week. So I'm a they and thems. By the way, we had four episodes in a row at the Flowery that we did back to back to back to back. And then you and I were exhausted, so we took a week off, and now we're back. We're back. So do you want to talk about who we have, or do you want me to talk about who we have?
Well, okay, first of all, I know that your name, I'm going to just address you, that is Jonathan, but I find that hard to believe because you don't look like a Jonathan to me.
Justin is really not believing that your name is Jonathan. Now, Is that your name?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe like Jonathan or something, Like,
okay, well,
that's exactly how it is. Yeah, it's Jonathan.
okay.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. That's right. You got it from a first attempt. It is Jonathan. Yeah.
I love the accent. I'm not gonna lie.
It sounds like it has a little tinge of Hungary to me, Hungarian.
Eastern European, something in there.
I'm Ukrainian Jew.
Ah.
Oh my gosh, Justin's American Jew, regular Jew. Where's your family from, Justin?
You just say like Ashkenazi, and it's sort of like a melting pot of Jewish.
See, this is so far out of my scope that you guys are the experts at this. But
she's the shiksa, the consummate shiksa.
I like the slang today.
Oh yeah, okay. So I was staying at this Airbnb, and these two women asked up in Gainesville, and these two women asked me where they could find a liquor store that was walking distance because they wanted to go buy some Manischewitz and have.
Were they 13?
Nope, they were actually probably mid-50s, and they did not look like they were drinking Manischewitz.
I think for most of the viewers probably have no idea what Manischewitz is, but if you have ever heard of MD 2020, Mad Dog 2020, you probably drank in like high school, maybe middle school. That's basically Manischewitz.
Boone's Farm.
Yeah. Okay. Boone's Farm, sort of, but even worse.
My generation was Four Loko, and then they took it away from us. I used to have a shirt that said, White Claw in the streets, Four Loko in the sheets. I could never wear it in public, but wear it around the house when I do chores and stuff. So, okay, I'm ready to introduce our guest. I don't want to butcher your last name because we have a habit of doing that. Is it Bohun?
Yes, it's Bohun. Exactly.
Okay.
You guys are doing great.
Okay, we're nailing this like we never do. We're on a roll, so we're bound to mess up eventually. But Jonathan is the founder and CEO of Weedar, which is not a cannabis locating radar system like I thought it was. But we can talk about that. It's a loyalty and distribution platform / ecosystem for cannabis brands. And with his over 10 years of experience from delivery boy to founder, who's been featured in Forbes and Fortune, Yahoo, and Benzinga, and one of cannabis's best headshots, only second, to our good friend and past guest, Chris Piazza. Now, shout out Chris Piazza from Canna Devices, had been voted the best headshot in cannabis. You, my friend, are the second best. Well, he got the sunglasses, and then his glasses are on, and both hair is down. I don't know.
Definitely looks like a movie star. No hands.
He looks like a movie star.
Yeah,
Chris Piazza, in his photo had a professional photo that made him look like a movie star. In real life, really down to earth, and then you look like a movie star in your photo and in real life.
Oh, okay. I'll take the compliment. Thank you.
It's a huge compliment.
Trying to catch up with the LA vibe.
I like where it kind of looks like you're in a storage shed.
Yeah. I'm outside of a house, enjoying the late summer. So you're absolutely right.
I want to build a house out of storage containers. I think
it's a great idea. Maybe Joshua Tree will be a good location for that.
Joshua out in California?
Yeah.
You're in LA, that's right. Justin's a California boy. I spent summers there with family, but yeah, you're in the expensive part of California. We had a
I
lab out
live
in
in,
Monrovia.
yeah, that's right.
I used to explore Joshua Tree on a weekly basis.
Like in your mind on some sort of LSD?
Well, maybe that too, but no, I was doing a stint in the Coachella Valley, and I was bored as hell, and I would drive. That's like all I could do. So I would drive up into Joshua Tree and like drive through it, and then I would come back down the backside, like through a canyon, like through these little rocky crevices. They really had no business driving on in the car that I was driving, but I did it. I never got
Under
stuck.
the influence that you were under.
And yeah, it was interesting. It's beautiful.
What's it like living in Joshua Tree? Do you have those types of moments?
Was the question for Justin? For me?
No, it's for you.
Oh,
What
okay,
is it
okay.
like living in
I got.
Joshua Tree?
No,
Is it spiritual?
I don't. Yeah, I don't live in Joshua Tree. I live between Monrovia and Pasadena. It's still LA County. I usually go to Joshua Tree maybe 3, 4 times a year, to kind of reboot myself. And
Ooh,
I think that's a perfect place to, relax from all the city noise.
Jonathan,
So,
I have a suggestion for you. Have you
yes,
ever
sir.
been to Remington Hot Springs?
No, never. But I gotta put it on my list.
Yeah, Remington Hot Springs. Great little place where you can you'll have to hike down a mountain, and you can actually camp out by the river. When I do it, I don't even have a tent. I just bring sleeping bags. You could a hammock would be great. Really no bugs. You can sleep down there by the
okay.
river, and
This
then
sounds like punishment,
no,
Justin.
it's amazing. And then there's hot springs, and it's of course it's clothing optional, and
There you go. That's
you
the
can
hook.
swim. You can swim by day in the river, and then you go and you hang out in the hot tubs at night. It's magical. It's not hot,
Okay.
the wrong word. They're natural springs that have been sort of carved out a little bit,
We trust you.
but it's not a hot tub. It's a natural spring that's flowing from the mountain.
I think we understand the concept. They have them everywhere. But
No, but it's not, it's just in the wild. Anyone can go
if he
down.
needs to
It's
go
not-
find his center and he wants to take you up on it, he'll probably call for more information, or
Okay.
our listeners can call you directly. I'll give you your cell phone number. Jonathan. I like the way
Yep.
Justin says it. Tell us about Weedar. What is it in your own words? Because we can talk about everything that we've read on the websites, on your LinkedIn. We've creeped all of your stuff, but it's your baby. Tell us what it is.
Weedar. It's the ecosystem for cannabis brands to create and design their own loyalty program. Been in the industry for many years, I realized that unfortunately or fortunately, there is no tool for cannabis brands to approach their customers directly. Most of the loyalty programs on the market, they attach to a location. So you spend money on like a certain shop or delivery, and you're getting points there. I called it gas station kind of loyalty program. Like you spend
Right.
$100, get 100 points, collect 1,000 points, get $10 store credit.
Right.
So in this case, retail license, the only one who benefits from a loyalty program in terms
Right.
of B2B. And with that in mind, we created Weedar, and just giving brands those tools, to acquire their customers directly, to be able to communicate with them directly. We do not create a loyalty program for them. We're just giving them tools. So each loyalty program going to be unique with different mathematics behind it, with different intensives and stuff. I think Weedar, it would take another 8 to 12 months to really present what are we gonna show to the market. Right now, we're in a stage where maybe 40% from everything that we have planned is developed in public. So it's work in progress. It's a learning curve, and we're building from like people from the industry building it for people in the industry.
I love that. That should be your tagline, by the way. That's marketing genius. So I love that you're using creative collaborations, like artistic type collaborations. You've seen that a lot in cannabis recently, and like publications like Fat Nugs magazine is doing like artistic approaches and not just here's a pot leaf. His website has graffiti artists on it, and Justin is obsessed with graffiti. He has 2 graffiti walls in his office, just so you know. 2.
Okay, that's impressive.
I know, right? Go ahead, Justin. Bask in it for a second.
Give us a what's a concrete example of a company that's using Weedar and how, like, their loyalty program that you've helped them create?
I want to kind of help with this because I have one question to segue into that also.
Okay.
He was saying that the people that are benefiting the most out of these loyalty programs are the retailers, right? Not so much the brand partners. And that's a great example because I buy the brands that I love, even if they might be hosted by a company that I don't love at all. And the company is getting all of them in. Well, in Florida, the brand partners have to work with the vertically integrated growers. I love certain brand partners. I hate the growers they're working with. Absolutely don't like them. But if I want to support them, I have to support the parent company. What you're doing is you're kind of allowing me to support the section with the brand specifically by getting rewarded for using them. Are you only for vertically integrated states or adult use states, and not medical use?
No, the platform available basically for any states, and we're focusing strictly on brands. We already have some requests even from dispensaries and distribution centers to kind of adjust whatever we have right now to also help them. And on purpose, we're not doing that. We're focusing strictly on brands. So the answer to your question is no. Company doesn't have to be vertically integrated to work with Weedar. And we really focused on one segment, which is brands, and trying to make it the best that we can.
It's actually really interesting. Have you seen his site, Justin? It's awesome.
I'm just going to throw out a brand like 710 Labs. Would that be the kind of partner that would work with you and you would help them? Maybe they don't need it, but that's just, something that a lot of people would know, that you might help them to develop a loyalty program.
710 Labs is a great example. For me, that's one of the well and best made brands on the market. Right now, we're already talking to their marketing team. We have a call scheduled next week, and hopefully we'll get them on board.
We'll help you out. We'll help you. The Marijuana Mind will make whatever additional intros we need to whatever brands that you need. We got you.
Thank you. I appreciate that deeply.
It's going to sell itself though, because I'm going to tell you from a patient experience in a vertically integrated nightmare state like Florida. Okay. The promotions and discount programs that are offered are bullshit. And I'll tell you why they're bullshit. It's because they say you shop here, you get points, you accrue so many points, and I buy a lot of weed. Let's say that for the record. Cynthia is constantly buying weed. Okay. But I can only use all the points that I accrue. And one time it was upwards of $100 in points, and I can't use them unless it's a full price product. But yet everything is on fire sale and clearance at every single dispensary. So I have accrued all collectively probably $400 worth of free, loyalty point towards medicine that I can't use anywhere because none of them want you to spend it on sales. And so it's just sitting there and I'm pissed. I can't do so. Can pay, where I pay for my weed. They started letting you spin the wheel and get points. And so at least I can spin the wheel and play right there. I've won $1.30 so far.
All right. Great tangent, Cynthia. Great story.
I just like his program a lot because then I get rewarded. But like, I think all of the loyalty programs are bullshit.
All right. So tell it. All right. Set your meeting with 710 Labs. What's your pitch? What are you going to tell them that you're going to do for them?
I think first, our approach is just few simple questions. Like, do you guys have a loyalty program right now? And what is your customer acquisition cost? And based on those answers, if they really understand what they're doing, I think there is 99% chance that they get on board on a Weedar. Because with Weedar, their customer acquisition cost, it's a little bit over $1 if we can see 1 out of 10 or 12 customers gonna scan a QR code, which is about 40 times lower than any other customer acquisition channel. And most of them, they simply don't have a loyalty program in any form. So like, also have a store with my partner, and we have like retail location, offline sales here in California. And among more than 1,000 different items that we have in the store, maybe 5 of them have some sort of loyalty program. So right now we're at the right moment where brands kind of realizing how important is a direct connection with the end consumer.
Mhm.
And if they really care about keeping up with technology, with market growth, etc., they need a loyalty program. It's a must. And I think the third question that I often ask is, can you show me any other tools on the market that you can use to create a loyalty program? So that's basically my speech. And
You're
based
gonna
on
do
that,
so good. You're gonna do amazing.
you know,
I think this is a great idea, but this is also something where they can't just care about the market outreach. They actually have to care about their clients, their customers, their consumer base. They have to give a shit because they're giving back to them and just
Yep.
for buying their product, to be loyal. And I'm very
How do
loyal.
they give back to them? Because let's say you're not necessarily buying directly from 710 Labs. You're buying
From a conduit, yeah.
some conduit, some dispensary, right, that's selling them. So how do they create, because you said you're not creating actual, you're helping them to create a
Is
loyalty.
it like Marlboro points where like you would get points and you buy merchandise on a website? So you get like 710 points and you can go buy 710 flat brim hats? Because that would be a good idea.
So how it works? Think about it Weedar as in Yelp. So you have multiple businesses on Yelp, and imagine you have like different point, like you can get points for the money that you spend in each of those businesses. So how it works in Weedar, you buy different brands and you get points separately for each brand. You cannot exchange points between brands. And answering to your question about, is it merchandise or is it cannabis product or any other sort of intensive,
Mhm.
it's for brands to decide. We're
Yeah.
giving them tools. They can do whatever they want. They can test their theory. We're giving them tools. They're gonna determine what is gonna be a promo product or a reward product on the platform. And just want to go back a little bit to what Cynthia just said about she's spending a tangible amount of money on a cannabis each month. The idea of Weedar got to me when I saw hundreds of people every day going to the store, and those people, they spend like $400, $500, $600 a month just on flowers. This is part of their monthly basket. It's their budget. And for those people in mind, we created Weedar. And I think one of the mottos that we have, like, and one of our value fellows as a company, we want customer to get the most for their buck. So because right now brand can communicate directly with the customer, brand can say, for example, if you buy product A in a certain location in the next 24 hours, you're gonna get 5x on points. Or if you do that or this in a certain location, you can get a ticket to MJBizCon, for example, right? Or you can have a lunch with our CEO, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That's what I was gonna say, because experiences are almost as valuable as like cash in hand. Being that's awesome that you're offering that type of stuff. Do you get people to donate or to help your brand partners get donated events and stuff? Like, do you have a conduit for that, or do they have to be responsible for that?
We not focusing on the events side of thing, and at the same time we have mini games that also could be a part of a monthly subscription for a brand. It's so-called treasure hunt games. Some sort of like, I think the closest example would be a Pokemon Go, where like with your phone, you in augmented reality searching for stuff.
I'm totally into this. Yes.
Yeah. So there is another tool that we have on the platform, augmented reality games for customer engagement. It could be useful for events. For example, you have like whoever organizes the event, they have like 10 main sponsors, right? And they have like 100 brands that attend the event. So we did it for Kush Stock. We did it for Green Street on 420. For main sponsors, we created a mini game where when you enter the event, you scan a QR code and you start a mini game, and you have to go from a sponsor to sponsor and do some things there. And at the end, you're getting some sort of like present, product, credit, whatever.
Genius.
So yeah, that's why like thank you very much. There's another tools that we have, and as you said, customer experience, that's also a big part of keeping customer involved. You know, like good quality product, I think this is a cornerstone, and everything else as much as important, and experience and one of those things.
So is this going to be an app also?
It is already an app that
I'm
sorry. Yeah, it is already an app that you can download on App Store and Google Play Market.
We'll link it to the show below on YouTube and on the update post. But I'm ready to start now, because I'm going to tell you, I am your focus group. I'm the person that you are deriving all this content to. I don't buy anything without like a coupon app. I scan my receipts for money to go buy more stuff. And I do like the Shopkick thing where it like pings me and tells me to go do activities. I literally will listen, like my phone will be my boss and tell me to go do things. Probably not the best thing to follow, but I love this idea. This is totally right up my alley. I'll invest.
Thank you. We'll be happy to have you on board. You know, and when you're in California, let's start from a visit to our office. You know, we're gonna show you around. We're gonna show brands that we work with, distribution centers, deliveries, retail stores, and you know, whatever we have here, guys, you're welcome.
When can we go?
Do you see a potential for the future? You know, when you've gained a certain momentum and have enough brand partners, that what if you actually did become a central conduit where people could gain points through your company, through Weedar, that could be used for all of your partners potentially, a sort of a collaboration, and partners could, you know, price like points, you know, take so many points to get a certain gift. So it's not like they feel like they're being taken advantage of.
Does Weedar host all the points for all the brand partners?
That's what I don't think they do now, but that's what I'm saying. What if that were a potential reality in the future?
Another great question. That is something that we're thinking about. And for now, we're gonna put this idea a little bit further, and I think our goal as a company, not to become like a currency for weed. Like there was other companies who are trying to do that, like doing some of them doing it on a blockchain. This is an interesting way to interact with the industry, and I don't think that's necessarily something that we are interested in.
But you are interested in NFTs, right?
Yeah. Let me a little bit, like give you a sneak peek what is Weedar is focusing on, and maybe this will explain why we not like we don't want to go to that route, and it doesn't mean that route is bad or worse. It's not. It's just not something that we want to be focusing on. So with our as an ecosystem, our end goal would be create a physical device. We call it phygital, where it's physical device and a digital. It's physical and digital device in the same time. So this is a stash box that you can customize, that you would be able to open with your app. You can order like different parts of the stash box branded by your favorite brand. It's gonna look like out of space device. It's not gonna look like a shoebox or toolbox. It's like it doesn't have this Rasta style. And I think that this is our ultimate goal as a platform, to create a digital device where in augmented reality, you would be able to interact with that. In the app, you would be able to customize it. And that's what we're focusing on the long term. Be a centralized platform for many brands, the kind of exchange points or have the same value. It requires a lot of work in terms of you have to please so many entities at once, and you have to kind of push them under some some things that not necessarily interesting to be pushed under.
Yeah, they don't play well together, do they?
Yep, exactly. So that's why for us as a platform, this is not the way we're going to develop. And I know there is some solutions in the market that focusing on that. Let's see. And hopefully they're going to succeed.
Yours is unique. And I think it's better to keep it separate because, trying to get them all to agree on terms of swapping coins, and that's going to be a nightmare. You're right. So I'm glad you clarified that. Tell us about your NFTs. Okay, first, I want to play a game because I feel like it's going to be helpful for our listeners. And I know that this will make Justin feel very uncomfortable. So we're going to play Jay Nasty and Cryptic Crypto.
About the game right now. Games, as I said, this is a part, like this is another tool that not available for everybody. Right now, you can play games if you actually buy a product, this unique collectible with a Cure Company and Junkyard. Only if you buy that box, you would be able to play the game. I'll make sure to get your information and send you a package to Florida without cannabis, but with everything in there, so you can play a game. And Justin, if you're in California, you're gonna get a full pack.
Oh, Justin, you got lucky. Well, I mean, Justin halvesies, California and Florida, so you might need to go. We need to fly out there and go get our tour. But I want to help understand what your company does with blockchain and with NFTs. Now, my knowledge is very limited because our producer, Ty, who does our social media, taught me everything about crypto. And I've lost a lot of money, but it doesn't feel like it's real money. So I'm going to ask you guys both questions. And actually, I'm going to ask Justin questions. And then when he gets it wrong, you can tell us the right answer. So we're going to play Cryptic Crypto with Jay Nasty. Justin,
let's do it.
Are you ready? Justin, your question is,
Sure.
what does NFT stand for?
It's probably the only thing I know.
What does it stand for?
A non-fungible token.
Yes, that's correct.
But
It's
really, I
because you
think that,
looked it up ahead of time, whatever. All right. What or where is the blockchain?
well, where it's decentralized. So it's in millions
heart?
of garages and little rooms where people have their computers that are
Shut
hosted.
up. Okay, Jonathan, what's the right answer?
I think we can say the blockchain technology that is a mathematic proof that something happened, and that's the biggest value behind it. And as Justin said, blockchain technology is decentralized, so there is like many hubs that stores the same information, and because of that, you're not able to change information. For example, just on my computer, let's say, because Cynthia's computer and Justin's computer have the same information, and system just gonna double check if information that I have on my computer is true, compared to the information on your computers.
So is this what people would consider the highest amount of quote paper trail that the crypto world is willing to do? Like as far as checks and balances, or like confirmation that he has a dog. He has a dog. Can we see your dog? What's his name?
His name is Mishka.
Mishka, her name.
No, Mishka, he's a boy.
Is that a boy name?
In
Mishka? Okay.
Yeah.
Mishka, he is so big. What kind is oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's American Pit Bull.
He is beautiful. He's a blue pit, right?
Yeah.
He's gorgeous. Justin, did you see that face? With his little scrunchy face. We love dogs. We're not big cat people on this show, but
same here.
Okay, good. So all right, question. Justin, what are diamond hands?
I feel like it has something to do with, women like in LA or places that are acquiring jewelry.
No, not at all. What are paper hands as it relates to crypto?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know, Jonathan?
Shame on me. I do not.
Okay, well, it's all right. This is from the GameStop thing. This is the only time I ever bought crypto when Ty taught me how. And if you sell too early, you got paper hands. But if you hold on and you ride it out, you got diamond hands. And
what if you hold on and then it drops?
Oh, well, nobody talks about that. They don't have a name for that. They do have things like, chicken nuggies and your wife's boyfriend, stuff like that. But okay. Data from the blockchain is stored where? This is a multiple choice. Number 1, in ice. Number 2, Elon Musk's crawl space, or number 3, in blocks.
It's number 3. It's stored in blocks.
Perfect, Jonathan. And last question, I want you to name the fake coin. All right, here's 4 options: pot coin, Putin coin, garlic coin, or cum rockets.
I say Putin.
You say Putin?
It's like
Jonathan?
Don't tell me.
I think maybe it's garlic. Garlic?
No, it's a trick question. All of those are real coins.
It's not
okay.
It is.
Okay.
And that's why I couldn't stop laughing when we first started the show, because I was looking it up to make sure. So thank you for playing. That's it. I just wanted Justin to understand that he knows nothing about non-fungies or non-fungible tokens. But will you tell us what you're doing with NFTs and blockchain at Weedar?
Definitely. So NFT became well known, I would say, a little bit more than 2 years ago. And for a lot of people, this topic is speculative. And unfortunately, some people lost money in it. Approach that we take in Weedar, we actually don't sell NFTs. We're not claiming that NFTs has any value or gonna have some value, we're using the blockchain technology as a proof of purchase, as a proof of something happened. So basically, think about it as a digital receipt that you cannot counterfeit. And all our customers are getting NFTs for free. So there is no hidden payment, there is no so-called gas fee. And as I said, we don't see NFT as a monetary item, or something that you can make money on, but more like a tool and technology
For traceability.
Yep, exactly.
That makes sense.
I mean, most people, including myself, when I think of an NFT, I think of like a digital art that people kind of hold and sell that has a certain value to it, or because people assign value to it. But so that, what is the greater understanding of a non-fungible token?
Non-fungies.
So think about it as like blockchain made out of blocks, like blocks of information. So this is just another block that right now have a more fancier name. That block contains information that something happened, and because it's on a blockchain, you cannot
It's
fake
static.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's basically it.
So because we're working so highly regulated industries have the paper trail, they have the checks and balances, they have the records. This is the best record keeping we can do for him to prove the purchase in a cannabis industry, which is super not going to get any help from like all the tools and securities and insurance of like financial space. So this is the proof of the purchase. He's using blockchain to verify and to actually keep the integrity of his invention sound.
I mean, that makes
my
sense.
purchases are going to be recorded by
That
something.
makes sense, but what about, you do a transaction and then you want to prove that it happens, you want to store it by blockchain, but you have to have the blockchain essentially enough people believe that that really happened to encode it into their blocks to make it become real and indelible. So how do you trust that what everyone's encoding has actually occurred, even, and someone's not just sort of faking you out and telling you that it occurred even if it didn't?
This is one of the reasons why we didn't try to invent our own blockchain. We're using well-known blockchain networks. In particular, it's Polygon, the same network that OpenSea uses. And I think it's good that you mentioned that NFT very often associated with art. And on our platform, you can get NFTs towards the purchase only for collectible items that made with artists or influencers as limited drops in collaboration with cannabis brand. So in that sense, it is art because it's never going to repeat itself. It's limited. It's
unique.
made just for it's unique. It's made just for specific occasion. Yeah, in this sense, this is art, and we'll see where it's gonna take us.
It's traceable, but it's not reproducible. It's
one of a kind
every time. So I get it. I'm right in line with you, man bun and all. My weakness all day, every day. But I'm saying, like, I actually get it. This is hard. Most of the time people come on here and they talk about stuff and I'm like, I have no idea. Let's just keep the energy going. But this is actually something that I can picture in a practical, everyday type of situation. And then also from working in the cannabis space, Justin, as a physician, you're going to you would utilize a tool like this. I think. Yeah. When we go adult use in Florida and all of that, and there's certain methods of delivery that you're going to want patients to utilize. And then also being able to tell them that they have a loyalty program. Because when we go rec, patients, although people say it's not going to happen, patients are going to get the shaft. It's going to happen. It's just the way it is. because there's so much money and there's so many people in the tourism spot that patients, there's nothing that says that they are required to keep making medicine once we go adult use. So like, if they're banking on, tourism, then why would they care about the medical patients? And this is something you could push them, brand partners, rewarding them for loyalty. Loyalty is a hard thing to find in cannabis. How many cannabis brands are you currently working with before your big debut?
We have already 4 brands fully onboarded on the platform, and we have another 12 in the pipeline. Onboarding takes a little time because another thing that we consider very important, every items that we have on the platform, every product, we replicate in 3D, and customer can interact with it. Customer can open in augmented reality or just on his screen packaging, see how it looks inside. So that's why it's taking a little bit more time than with any other platform. So yeah, 4 brands live now, 12 in the pipeline, and hopefully before September, our goal is to have about 50 brands.
What's
maybe
your
with
max goal?
Our
dream?
max, our max goal. I think there is no limit. We want to be in every state. We're gonna be in every state. We're gonna be nationwide and go worldwide after that. It is definitely requires time, and I think it's doable. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna talk about in a couple of years.
Well, it's actually not that far off if you think about it. How many your favorite is Tikkun Olam, right? Are they?
It's not my favorite brand.
Sorry, Jonathan. Justin's favorite is Tikkun. It's not
okay.
I love Alaska, but it's not my favorite. But I mean,
favorite,
Justin, is it not anymore?
When was Tikkun my favorite?
I just thought, you've talked about him on the show in at length. I've been to your office and you've got the stuff and all the. Okay, you know what? It was wrong of me to assume Tikkun Olam was your favorite, but at one time you could not stop talking about them. But that is a brand that's worldwide, right? If they were.
Yeah, I think Tikkun Olam is a great example.
Thank you,
Jonathan. It's Israeli brand that heavily focused on the medical aspect of a cannabis. They do a lot of deep and important researches back in Israel. They have multiple facilities here in California. They grow outdoors. They grow in indoor. They grow the greenhouses. Yeah, one of the facilities that I managed and that I helped to build in Adelante, California, right across the street, it was the Tikkun Olam facility. I think it's well-established brand with, for me, very important. They have very important values.
They do.
Such as focusing on health, focusing on a medical benefit of a plant, and I think it's a great example. They worldwide. I think they present in Canada, United States, and Israel.
Let's get them to work with you.
Yeah, maybe this year.
Let's do it by September. That's our goal.
I'm gonna put it on my notebook.
On my notebook. I love his accent so much. The rest of the day, I'm gonna talk just like him. Yes, it put lotion on skin. I love it. You look like you are sitting in California without telling me that you're sitting in California. It's just the whole demeanor. I want to look like he looks and be that relaxed, laid back, and so cool.
I think you actually look Israeli. You would fit.
Really?
Yeah, he could be in a cafe.
I thought Eastern European. But I think you're facially profiling him because of his facial hair, and that's wrong. You can't. Facial hair really sets it off a look, and I think if he didn't have facial hair, you would think he was Eastern European.
I get a lot of about Israeli stuff, and this is I think this is reasonable because I'm a Jew, and I've been to Israel many times.
Justin's a Jew. Why doesn't he talk like you do with an accent?
He didn't spend that much time in Ukraine.
Yeah, you should spend more time in Ukraine, Justin. You should have an accent. Ukraine is where you're from?
Yeah, I was born there, and I moved to California 9 years ago.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. I mean, they're going through a lot over there. So I'm going to send positive thoughts, and I'm going to be thinking of them. And I hope if you have any family over there that they're doing okay. That sucks. Try not to get too political, but
hopefully it's all gonna end up soon. It is not easy, and at the same time it's life. Yeah,
they're strong as fuck out there. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and give them credit where credit's due, but come on, that was amazingly impeccable that they were like, hey, I'm gonna tell everyone, you're just gonna stand your ground. We're not going down without a fight. And they didn't. And so I'm gonna say sexiest man of the year is gonna go to, is it Vladimir Zelensky? Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the president of Ukraine. Yeah.
Sexiest man of the year voted by the Marijuana Mind podcast. Call me. Well, you are such a delight. Like, you've got such great energy. You're very passionate about what you're doing. If there's anything that you need from us, we've had just go through our episodes. If there's anyone that you want to talk to, I think this is huge for like MJ Biz. We had, Chris Walsh on the show right after he kind of sold MJ Biz, but
yeah, I have someone to introduce. You keep talking.
Oh, okay. It's probably his dog. But I would go to MJ Biz, and if it wasn't nailed down to the table, I'm taking it with me. Okay. So give me something to prevent me from getting in trouble for stealing all the swag. Like, give me assignments. Like, I'll go to this booth and talk to them about their product or their rolling papers. That's something where, like, it makes those types of events for the people that are going and having to participate or get a booth, and they're, just walking around, same faces, different places. It gives me something fun and exciting to do. Oh, Justin, you got another dog. Okay, Justin has Santorini, Olivier Davis, which is his poodle. Who is this?
This is Mochi.
Mochi.
Oh, wow.
What's the rest of his name?
Mochi Arigato Davis.
Arigato.
Wow.
Okay, so you've got Santorini, which is Greek. Santorini Olivier Davis, which is okay. And then now you've got a very what is it, Asian inspired name? The girls do it? Did the girls name him?
Well, whenever we get a pet, such as I guess a poodle specifically,
it's only poodles.
After our usually our most recent trip that we made, my daughters and I.
You went to Yellowstone National Park last.
This year we're preceding it. He came a little bit before our trip, which is going to be Japan.
You're going to Japan? Can I dog sit? Mochi Arigato Davis.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Where is Santorini?
He's right here at my feet.
Okay, good. As long as you don't ignore one and give all the. That one's cute though. I can't lie. I like Mishka.
Mishka, yeah.
Yeah, I like Mishka. Like, I want to walk him down the sidewalk and just watch people's faces when they see, like, they'll run the opposite direction. My dogs are passive aggressive. They're like hound dogs, and they don't have an aggressive bone in their body, but they could beat up the poodles for sure.
Yeah, Mishka is very friendly, even though it's pit bull, and for a lot of people, unfortunately, pit bull associated with aggressive dogs. I think it really depends on the owner, and I'm happy. I'm a happy dog owner, that have very friendly dog, and hopefully it reflects my personality, so people can know me better.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's really actually a really good point. They try to put breed restrictions on people saying you cannot own this type of dog, or they'll be euthanized or certain things like that. We had a guy on not too long ago that was a champion for that here in Florida. But you're chill, and your dog seems to be pretty chill. So yeah, that's a pretty good, I mean, coming from a scientific background, like I would say that's pretty much aces right there. Justin owns a poodle. What does that make Justin?
That's that's a good question. I think it's first of all it's hyperallergic. This is very important. So it means
Are you
Justin
justifying the poodle?
He's easy to deal with. He's probably can basically talk to any person, and people not getting allergic, to his vibes. And I think that's like very important. And
it's in the office
well,
all day long, so greeting patients. And now number two.
Sandy. I take my dogs to work because I work from home. They're just in the other room. And then Justin literally takes his dogs into the patient office to make recommendations for cannabis. But everybody feels better when they walk into a place that has a dog. If I see a dog, I'm going straight for it. And I'm going to pet it, and I'm going to get a leg going by scratching its butt. There's a couple in this town, okay, in Titusville, which is a small town, but like seriously, I have ran into the same couple with a Great Dane 6 or 7 times. I never got their name, but I know they're Great Dane. And oh my gosh, what's his name? What's the name of that movie with the Great Dane in it? The kids movie. What? Scooby-Doo? No, but good one. Marmaduke, right? Yes, that's what his name. So I see that dog all around town. I go beeline for it. I don't know its parents, but he knows who I am. We're friends. So dog people are way better. Support dog businesses, and go ahead and tell people where they can connect with your company, with you, what's happening with your company in the future, and anything that you want to plug. This is your chance.
So every cannabis consumer and people who are curious can download Weedar app right now in California. It's available on App Store and Google Play Market. You can explore brands that are already on the platform. As well, when you're buying products from a brand and a platform, in every dispensary where those brands deliver to, you can see a little QR code that's gonna say scan and Weedar on it. So when you're scanning that QR code, it's gonna take you to download the app and redeem points. Also in Los Angeles, you can go to your company stores, or through the app, you can order a scheduled delivery for our collectibles. Unique collaboration between Artist Junkyard and Cure Company brand. It's only 1,000 jars made, and based on yesterday report, we have about 150 jars available for sale. That drop never gonna repeat itself. It has a unique art, and I think it's very interesting for people who like to collect stuff. This year, hopefully, we will be available in Florida, in New York, in Washington, and Colorado. So we're gonna bring more to people out there. And thank you for offering your support in approaching brands. What I want to say, we just need a chance to prove that something that brands would really benefit from. And I think we're going to see more brands on Weedar.
I think it'd be beneficial if patients start telling brands that they want to see them on Weedar too. So
yeah, I think eventually that's what's gonna happen, and there is a lot more announcements coming this summer in September. So stay tuned, and guys, looking forward to see you in California. Justin, if you have some time, welcome to our office in downtown LA. Cynthia, if I'm gonna be in Florida, I'm gonna hit you up. If you're gonna be in California, please welcome, visit our office.
I'll be out there for my free gift box and everything. I want the California style, wink, wink. And then, yes, if there's anything that we can do to support you, or if there's anything that our directory might help to make your endeavors a little bit more fruitful, we will do it. Obviously, we are all about supporting things like this, and I think it's a phenomenal idea. And you've been an amazing guest. Justin, go ahead. Tell him how awesome he is.
If I was a fluffer, I'd be fluffing you right now. Very awesome.
That's so weird. Why?
Don't forget to visit Remington Hot Springs. You'll love it. But great,
Oh,
great idea.
I will.
For real. It's
and everyone else that wants to find their center and get staff at the same time, go on over to the hot springs where Justin has established himself as a well-known individual of the springs. I love how you say it's clothing optional, because I don't think everything you say is clothing optional is really clothing optional.
That's clothing optional. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hot enough that you don't have to worry about, infections that'll kill them.
Dr. Davis said this is clothing optional. Now you're going to bail him out of jail. Thank you again for joining us, Jonathan. You were amazing. And we will link up all of your stuff. And if you're in California, which we do have a lot of listeners in California, all over the Bay Area, Southern California, and for some reason, Humboldt County. Well, for some reason, some random reason. But yeah, you can download the app in the App Store. We'll link it up to the episode. And this is Cynthia Brewer signing off for the Marijuana Mind and my wonderful co-host. Go ahead.
I like when you say it.
J Nasty, J Dog, J Davis.
Green. Thank you again. We see big success in your future. Lots of nachas. And signing off.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Cynthia. God bless you and your business, and hopefully to see you around. Let's influence this industry for better together. Thank you.
Oh, that's so good. I could listen to him talk all day. He could just read recipes to me. That'd be great.